All right, YouTube, what's going on? It's Mesa back at it with some Destiny 2 news. All right, we got a bunch of stuff to go over in this video, but before we get into that, let's clarify something from my last news video, which was on Thursday, the This Week at Bungie. In that video, I talked about the quarterly earnings call with Activision, where Eric Hirschberg said that not only was the player base for the beta higher than the Destiny 1 beta, but also that pre-orders are up from Destiny 1. I said that it made sense because obviously there's a big player install and so forth. However, a few people were saying that it's probably a lie. They're BSing in that conference call. I just want to clarify this, guys. You know, in previous companies that I've worked for, those calls are no joke. Those are calls with investors, people that have a vested interest in Activision. They can't just be willy-nilly with throwing out statements like that. There has to be some sort of backing behind it. So although we don't know the numbers, it's irrelevant, folks, okay? If Eric says that on the conference call to the investors, more than likely it's true. They're not going to make that stuff up. All right, on to all the news. Now, first off, there's a Bungie.net help article that I'm going to link in the description, which talks about character migration. So as of right now, all of our Destiny 1 characters have been carried over to Destiny 2, and when we log into Destiny 2, we could choose to move those characters forward or create new ones. Now, once you log into Destiny 2, if you go to your old characters, it's going to be character class, race, gender selection, face, hair, markings, all that sort of stuff. Creation date, I'm going to throw an image on screen. I don't know where that came from a while ago, but it looks like if you move your character over from Destiny 1, I think when you log in, it'll say the first Ghost Revival. Like for me, I don't know about you guys, but on my time wasted on Destiny, I've got 3,227 hours as of right now. And you can see 1,500 of those hours are, of course, on my Warlock. So, of course, I'm a little attached to my old characters, and I will be importing them, but one thing people are, I guess, none too happy about, or at least the banter on Twitter, social media, has been that you can't make any changes to your character. But let me know in the comment section, why would you? If it's your character that you're taking over from Destiny 1, you can't change the way someone looks. That's how they look. The markings, hair, all that sort of stuff, gender, class. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section. Do you guys want to be able to edit? I personally don't care about it. I want to see my original character from Destiny 1 that I started off with back in 2014. However, they do mention that your Age of Triumph stuff and any rewards from that will, of course, carry over to Destiny 2. Next up, listen to this clip here, or watch this clip here, from Mark Noseworthy and Luke Smith from an old E3 interview. And I'm surprised none of us picked up on this until recently. It started to make its way to Reddit, social media, and so forth.
We're bringing it out 2 days earlier, on September 6th on all consoles.
Okay.
So that's pretty exciting for us.
This is going to allow the game to have like a midnight launch, rolling across the world.
Okay.
So if you listen to that clip, Mark Noseworthy clearly states that it will have a midnight release, and it'll be a rolling midnight release, meaning that wherever it is midnight in your time zone, that's when it'll kick off. There's some pros and cons, well, for me at least, and I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. But also keep in mind, this is an old interview. I don't know, I mean, they haven't said a word about this since then, and it's strange that it's just making the rounds now. Here's my thoughts on it, and I want to hear you guys in the comment section, like I just mentioned. But you know what? I'm in New York City. I'm on the East Coast of the United States. So it's going to be annoying seeing other people getting online, playing and streaming, and I want to play right away. I might try to see if I can get an early copy, but I don't even know. The servers might not turn on for the East Coast until midnight on September 6th. But at the same time, you know, it might be really good because do you all remember logging into Rise of Iron when it dropped? You were, or at least me, I was placed in queue and waiting about 2 hours. So I think it's a good thing and sort of a bad thing. Bad thing in that I'm going to be watching other people playing it first. I'm going to be jealous. But at the same time, you know what? If I could log in at midnight Eastern and it's going to be a smooth transition, I'm not going to have to wait 2 hours to get in, then you know what? I'll go for it. Also, fortunately, the game is going to auto or pre-download prior to the actual release. Thank God. You can see that on the PlayStation Store. Not sure about Xbox, but it will pre-download, so which means that when the game is unlocked for you in your time zone, you can just hop right on and hopefully not got placed in queue for 2 hours. Let's talk about DLC. So we know if you get the Season Pass, we're getting 2 expansions. Now, I haven't covered this before, but pretty much everyone knows this already, or is hypothesizing this already, that the first DLC is going to hit December 5th. The reason why people are saying that is because of, well, they were kind of lining up the Dark Below dates, but at the same time, the Cold Heart Trace Rifle, that'll be available December 5th. So people are kind of putting two together that, hey, that's probably when the first DLC is going to hit. But there's a news article from the Inquisitor, which I'm going to link in the description. And there's a LinkedIn account from Dan Miller. He's one of Bungie's creative leads. But it says that he works on the expansions, DLC, things like that. And it looks like he took on that role back in October 2016. So this article is kind of just speculating that they've been working on DLC way before we've even imagined it. So it kind of goes in line with what Eric Hirschberg talked about on the conference call. And I'm going to direct quote him here from the most recent conference call. He goes, "Finally, and maybe most importantly, with a game like this, Destiny is so engaging that the follow-on content is almost as important, if not as important, as the main game." He also said they're widening its stable of developers to keep up with the demand for more content. So if you didn't already know, Vicarious Visions and High Moon Studios, they're working alongside Bungie to produce content. Now, I don't know exactly what content that means. They haven't really talked anything about live events. I'm pretty sure in old conference calls, quarterly earnings calls, or somewhere in Bungie, they did talk about live events. So we'll be getting expansions, but I believe they'll still be doing live events for Destiny 2, just like we had in Destiny 1. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I'm anticipating, as I mentioned the other day, that Game Informer, more than likely, and they hinted at it on Twitter, we'll be doing a full cover story on Destiny 2. And I mentioned that the other day that I signed up. I've got I think you pay $5.99 a year or something, and you get access to download the full magazine and everything. So as soon as that becomes available, you know me, I will go through every bit of it. That's it, guys. Do me a favor, drop a like in this video, only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter at Mesa Sean. Check out my stream, usually and always on YouTube, and that's it. I am out of here like Vladimir.